If you're a first-time college parent, you may not know it, but you're probably in way over your head. When it comes to admissions, and especially financial aid, like a lot of parents, you could find the process confusing, frustrating, and intimidating. What if I told you by thinking and doing things a little differently than other parents, you can spend less money providing a college education that actually serves your child better than one that costs twice the price? College is more competitive, more expensive, more complicated, and more confusing than ever before. When parents find out what they will have to pay, and usually it's a little too late to do much about it, they are truly shocked. They ask, how can the government and the college think we can afford to pay this much money? Somehow our culture has convinced us that college is a product. It has pretty packaging and a list of enticing features a mile long that our kids can't live without. As parents, we're desperate to get the best product we can for our children. We're willing to go into debt and retire later than planned just so that they can have every opportunity to succeed in this hyper-competitive global economy. College is a six-figure investment, second only in expense to buying a home, and a large part of the way we prepare our children to be successful in adulthood. That's a lot of pressure, and that pressure can be overwhelming, which means that it can be hard to see things clearly. As a society, we're doing it wrong. We need to think a little differently and reboot our beliefs and assumptions about college. College is a project, not a product. And it's a multi-year project that is 10 times more expensive than what you'd pay to remodel most kitchens. It takes good planning to pull it off on time and on budget. If someone were to ask you who's running your six-figure project called college, how would you answer? You? Perhaps your student? Whatever your answer is. Ultimately, it's about finding a college that provides your child with a great education, gets them in and out in 4 years, and doesn't break the bank. When our student starts driving, do we drop them off at the nearest Mercedes dealer and tell the salesperson to let them buy any car on the lot? Don't we let our cash flow and need for safety dictate the car we're going to buy? So why do we entertain this six-figure financial decision with an open-ended checkbook? Because we don't approach college like other large lifestyle purchases. Instead, we lead with our hearts, not our heads, and pay a steep price for doing it that way. Wouldn't it be better if we understood what our student qualifies for in terms of scholarships, discounts, and financial aid even before we apply? The thing is, most parents don't know enough about college admissions, financial aid, and financing to pay the least amount possible until it's too late. They don't even know what the questions are. Google words like college admissions or financial aid, and you'll have 130 million websites come up. Is it any wonder that parents are overwhelmed? The good news is moms and dads don't have to sort through millions of pages. By adding some logic to this emotionally charged project, it's entirely possible to pay pennies on the dollar. After 20 years working with parents and students, we created a program called College for Pennies. Because when you get an 82% discount off of anything, especially tuition, you're paying 18 cents on the dollar. That's college for pennies. When you fly, you know the people sitting next to you aren't paying the same price for their seat as you paid for yours. Some paid more, some paid less. And we all get the same bag of peanuts. There is a term for this practice, dynamic pricing, also known as yield management. And it's based on supply and demand. With airlines, it's seats. With hotels, it's beds. With colleges, it's classrooms. Parents want their kids to get the 4-year college experience. They want them to make lots of friends and connections. They want their child to get internships and recommendations from professors. They want them to get an education and a degree that leads to a successful career in life. And what do colleges want? They want students who will raise their rankings. They want as many students with parents willing to pay full price as they can get. They want students who will be financially successful and in 20 years donate money back to them. Education is a multi-billion-dollar-a-year business, and colleges have deep pockets when it comes to attracting the students they want most. Colleges like Harvard, Yale, and Penn have more applicants than they know what to do with, so they don't have to advertise or offer incentives to get students to enroll. Many colleges hire specialists known as enrollment managers. The job of the enrollment manager is to make sure that every year each new freshman seat is filled for the highest possible price. To ensure that, they use data mining, data visualization, advanced analytics, predictive analytics, resource alignment, and student recruiting strategies. How does a parent stand a chance against all that? One way is College for Pennies. You as a parent can tip the scales in your favor by using the college's own marketing tactics against them. You don't need all the analytics they use, but the more your student has to offer a college, the more affordable it will be. Each college has their own ideal student profile, which means that a student at one college will be in great demand, while at another they won't. It's a little-known secret that some colleges and universities offer incentives to attract students from other parts of the country because they pride themselves on the number of states represented at their campus. Case in point, one of our students, Megan from Irvine, California, applied to a college in Pennsylvania and received a fantastic award package. Adding to the family's excitement was that the school is one of the 40 in the country identified as a college that changes lives. Now, Megan had very good test scores, but her GPA was an anemic 2.79. And to get free money tuition discounts, you really need both scores and a higher GPA. But because the school thought a student from California would help them attract more kids from the West Coast, they looked the other way on her GPA. If I had to boil the entire project down to one critical component, it would be the college list. Determining where a student applies makes the single biggest impact on the cost of college, both good and bad. Because if you are sending your son or daughter to a school strictly for the prestige or reputation, you will pay retail. There are two reasons colleges demand and get the kind of money they do. The first is by using emotional blackmail. They are counting on your 17-year-old to guide you into making an emotional decision on a commodity that, if push came to shove, could be had for a few $1,000s a year. The second reason is that the government lets you borrow what the college wants to charge. The result of this lending policy is that the colleges have no incentive to curb price increases. Because of these and other reasons, an undergraduate degree is increasingly becoming out of reach for the average family to afford. Parents need help. College for Pennies offers such help. It's a program that empowers parents to make smarter college decisions by providing them the tools they need to ensure an affordable college education. It works on 3 levels: college planning, college choice, college financial aid. The first is the Easy College Planning Report. This report will give you your best options on paying for a college. It will also show you how you can save thousands of dollars in out-of-pocket expenses per year. The second is the Merit Max Academic Leveraging Tool. Merit Max gives you a personalized list of colleges that offer the best academic, social, and financial experiences for your student. Merit Max will also provide schools that can be used to leverage better award offers from first-choice colleges. The third is FAFSA Assist. Applying for financial aid reminds people either of the pain they experienced when they got their wisdom teeth extracted or their first colonoscopy. FAFSA Assist is our proprietary-based software that navigates the shameful, maddeningly complex student aid system, most of it automatically. Financial aid doesn't end with filing of the financial aid forms. There are supplements, verifications, deciphering aid awards, student and parent loans, and additional hoops that each college can make you jump through. FAFSA Assist organizes the entire process for you, receiving tuition discounts in the 60 to 80% range. Not all colleges award the same amount of aid. Each is different. Your son or daughter's list of colleges should include targeted colleges and universities that will give your student the maximum amount in scholarships and grants. That's where Merit Max comes in. It does what no other college search tool can. Find colleges that are likely to offer the most free money based on your child's academic capital, the college financial resources, budgets, and policies, and your EFC, which is your expected family contribution. The EFC is the minimum amount of money you will be expected to pay at any college, but there are instances where you could actually pay less. You may have heard that an expensive private school can be cheaper than a lower-priced state school. Well, that sometimes happens, and you can make it happen for your child if you have the knowledge that you'll get from College for Penny. There are strategies that can be used to increase eligibility for free money. The financial aid system doesn't necessarily favor the neediest Americans. In truth, the more money you have, the less you can have to pay. It's not fair, but it's true. That's why College for Pennies is especially helpful to the majority of parents that don't have a ton of cash or big incomes. you will get the information you need to level the playing field. If you're familiar with the Common application, better known as the Common App, you know it's sort of a master admissions application. Students used to send to over 700 colleges and universities. The Common App itself is free, but each school the application goes to has their own fee and ranges anywhere from $40 to $80 each. College for Pennies offers the parent version of the Common App. It's a master financial aid form, but does so much more than file forms. It takes a very complicated, expensive, and emotionally charged process and breaks it down into single, simple, doable steps and provides support via webinars, video email tutorials, and reminder text to make it as easy as possible. Our goal is simple: to inspire parents to take charge of the process by empowering them with the tools they need to have the success story they want. Since 2003, College Tuition Solutions Incorporated has been licensing financial aid and college planning software to the largest independent admissions and financial aid advisory firms in the United States. We are now making this software available directly to parents. We are doing this because not everyone has access to a professional college funding and financial aid advisor, or if they do, they may not want to pay or can't afford to pay thousands of dollars for those services. That's why we modified our software for parents and is available now as part of College for Pennies. When crossing a minefield, you want the map showing you where the bombs are, and College for Pennies guides you to safety by making sure that everything that can be done is done correctly, accurately, and on time. Most of it automatically. College for Pennies is not just a time saver, but our parents tell us its all next step is to join our College for Pennies program by registering your high school sophomore, junior, or senior via our registration pages, and you will get your own personal college family care center account. Whatever the investment, keep in mind the lowest price of a 4-year college degree is right around $100,000, and some of the elite private schools go as high as $292,000. Whatever the investment, College for Pennies will provide you with easy-to-use tools and allow you to master a process that's been called brutal in nature. Even if you only take advantage of even 10% of our resources, in all likelihood, you will be better positioned to afford to send your children